Good afternoon. Happy middle of summer tea party. Yes, we're going to call this a birthday summer tea party because summertime is the most wonderful time, of course, to have a tea party outside in the beautiful sunshine. Well, if you haven't gotten your tea, please pause and get your tea, and I'll be waiting for you. Well, I'm just loving pink again. Pink, I started thinking the importance of the color pink. You cannot overestimate it. It is truly a color that, how would we live without pink? Almost every flower garden has spots of pink. Almost every piece of china has spots of pink. The whole cup may be green, white, smoky gray, aqua, but then there's the pink. And the pink just gives so much color, so much love, so much life. Yes. Well, I've decided that today, I've worn this hat on the tea table several times. It's a very special hat. It's a hat that during COVID, when I first started the tea table, my son, living in Arizona at that time, Nathaniel, sent me this hat for my birthday present. And here it came in a box, and I couldn't believe it. It was so spectacular. It was like, I call this my tea table tea hat for sure. It has everything wonderful. It's extraordinarily large. It has a special deep magenta hot pink combined color, and I just love it. And I thought today we'll wear that again. And then I went and found in my jewelry box this wonderful pink beaded, which feels like a summer piece, the same color. I love color. And before we pour out, let me show you my napkin. It's got a pink faux flower for a napkin ring. So let's take the napkin properly and we will put it on our lap, because that is what we do at a tea party, right? Or a formal dinner. We put our napkin on our lap. It's such a practical tool for any table, formal or informal. And so let's just let this little flower sit here. I have a really special teapot and little tea set for you today. And I've been clearing through my things, and I found this way in the back. And there's the 2 cups and saucers, one for you, one for me. It has a bell. This is old Bavarian. At least the cups and saucers are the old, I call them smoky Bavarian. They're different than English china. You see that close again, those cups. The pot is English. But along with the beautiful cups and bell, I found this, which is a tea strainer. Very unusual china and matches the cups. So I thought we will use that today on the tea table. Well, this is the lovely pot. Isn't it beautiful? It's very fine. It has that French green, touches of gold. And I'm going to serve you a cup of tea first. oh boy, I just remembered. Well, that's strong tea today. Let's put our little, I will pull this cup close to me so you can see me use this tea strainer. Let's use the tea strainer because I have used what we call leaf tea or bulk tea, which is actually real tea. The tea bags came about as the leftovers. When they would be putting the tea together, they would have these crumbs, and that became tea bags. But it became so convenient in the modern world that it's taken over, like so many things that happen in life. They just come and take over, and we wouldn't imagine. Should we have our tea? Oh my goodness, that's good. I'm going to call this surprise tea. I told you last week I was cleaning out my tea cupboard, and in the back I found a tin that had bulk tea but no label. I think this is from years ago from Murchie's in Canada, but tea doesn't go bad. That is so nice. And look at the lovely little rose. Isn't it sweet? Oh my, that's delicious. Now, whoops. I put these flowers in a unique way. I put them on a cake plate so I could raise them up for you today. They are in a vase that I absolutely love. I must show you close. It's the man and the lady, true love, French, provincial, along with Italian, along with German. It's European. Let's just say European because it's covering all the bases. And I didn't want to pick my hydrangeas because my roses aren't blooming now. They're getting ready for the next bloom. And I don't like taking my hydrangeas. They're so precious, but I took these two. And this pink. I have white, purple, pink, and deep blue. So it didn't take much. And this vase, look, I want you to see the detail. Look at the little blue flower by the lady's foot. Can you see that? Do I have that in there? And just the detail. It's so nice. I love this. Well, pink is so fun. And Elizabeth, you know Elizabeth, she's a friend of the Tea Talk. Actually, in COVID, Elizabeth and her friend Heather and I, we started having tea parties on a regular basis because our favorite, whoops, I gotta use my thing again. Our favorite shop or tea room. Well, they have a lovely shop too. I mean, she has the most beautiful things. And the Secret Garden in Sumner. She still has her shop. She has really reasonable prices too. And she has really fun. She has some antiques, but she has a lot of reproduction, beautiful things. All with a vintage Victorian tea room feeling. Well, when we couldn't go to the Secret Garden, our favorite tea room, we started having our own tea parties. And so we have somewhat continued, but everyone's gotten so busy and they live a little further. They live up the I-5 corridor in Bellevue. But Elizabeth stopped by this week to see me. She was on her way to Oregon, and she has been in the Orient with her class. She's a professor, and she takes her class every year on a trip. And this year they went to Vietnam, I think Bangkok. Well, she loves stones, and so she brought me this as a birthday gift, pink Larimar. and I believe it's from Bangkok, or she said it was interesting. She was looking for pink Larimore. She came finally to a shop that had it, and they had 3 pieces, 3 pendants. One was oval, which she got. One was a teardrop, which Heather wanted. And then she said, I wanted to bring this to you, a square, for my birthday. And because we have this, they are really the part of the beginning of this tea table. Because when we started having our tea parties, it just seemed natural to try to communicate with others that we would have had at the tea party. So I started the tea talk. And to bring good news and to connect, because everything was so disconnected during COVID. Very little in person. So that's the story. And this pink Larimont, isn't that beautiful? Now you might wonder, why do I have 2 other little necklaces? These are little, I have a little Celtic cross from my precious daughter Victoria, and then she sent me for my birthday last year a little lily, a symbol. My name means lily, and so those 2 I never take off. I always wear them, and it just seems to work out. Yes. And this pink hat, it is fun. It really is fun. I am amazed at how the comments I get when I wear pink on the tea table. And some people, they don't want to put their comments public. They'll tell me, they'll say, that color was so nice. And I have some young men that watch it, and they love the color, and they commented. These are my cushions. Can't see them today, but they're my parrot cushions that go in my chairs out on the deck. And of course I put them away for the winter every year. And they bring so much color. And I've had a lot of comments on that. It's very interesting. Young men, as well as young women, and older men appreciate color. They appreciate a hat. I get more compliments from men when I wear a hat than women. Men are really, so that's a secret, ladies. Men like to see a lady in a hat. It's a feminine thing, and it makes them feel happy. Well, I said for this birthday tea party, I'm going all out, and I made a complete 3-tiered tea tray for you. The lower part is kale, cheddar sandwiches. The middle is biscotti and Norwegian cookies, and the top is strawberries. You can be as creative as you want. Now, often the bottom will be like this, little tea sandwiches or cucumber with chicken salad. And then the second tier, well, I'll just hold it for you. The second tier will be scones. And then there'll be jam, lemon curd, whipped cream on the table. And the top will have the rich little cakes. But I thought this is a healthy version for all of us, midweek, for happy birthday tea party for July. Yes, it's kind of interesting. The sun is shining through my hat today, so that's fun. Well, have you been having a good week? How is your week going? I have been having a very interesting week, and we are going to a birthday party on Saturday. Our little darling Cambria, who you've met on the tea table, is turning 3. And for her birthday gift, her parents have gotten her a big toy, and it's beautiful, from Costco. It has 2 slides and swings. Now to put it together and put it up. Well, I guess it's going to be a family affair on Friday, and the uncles that are in town are helping, and Ezra is helping, a nephew, and they're going to have Ezra read the directions and help them, because It's like putting together a big Lego. It's really complicated. It's a lot of work, but it's going to be so worth it. It's kind of a one-time. And we are getting for Cambria, it's called a big toy, I think. Wait, what is it called? No, it's a Hot Wheel. And our kids used to love the Hot Wheel more than anything. They would, because they have cement out there now so she can ride around. A Hot Wheel will keep kids busy for hours, and they're getting exercise and they love to ride. This one goes from a trike to a Hot Wheel. So they're, perfecting them all the time. But when my children were young, they all had some kind of a riding toy together. And we had a house where we had put in a pickleball court in the back. And my brother David had come and helped. And my husband had done all the lining, and it was a big job. But what a reward. And that was such a blessing. The kids would play pickleball. We had basketball nets on either end. And then all of them would rollerblade. And I remember it was way back when one of the Olympics was happening. And my oldest daughter, Victoria, my oldest son, Michael, they got their rollerblades and they did an act and they pretended like they were in the Olympics. And then the little ones could ride those trikes around there for hours. And it was just fabulous. Just a really good investment for young children and to keep everyone happy and busy. Yes. Well, I'm just relaxing here and I'm enjoying so much of summer. We have had the most beautiful summer. It has just been glorious. Yesterday was 90 degrees, and you who live here know that. That was very hot. That's when we put a little bit of air conditioning on, but most of the time our house is pretty cool. We don't really need it. We live, if you look behind me, the sun rises. So we have morning sun. Now it's noon, so we have some sun coming through, a lot of big trees, and then by afternoon, the sun has gone over the house. We don't see the sunset, which I miss, but we have a nice cool place. And we've lived in places where we had the direct evening sun hitting us. And it's beautiful to see the sunset, but it can be really hot, yes. But it's all wonderful. And as I drive around my streets in Western Washington, I see Rainier to the east, see the Olympics to the west, see the Black Hills to the southwest, I guess you would say. And every direction there's a mountain, and there's beauty, and there's green, and there's flowers. I'm so grateful for summer. I love summer. I was always kind of an autumn person. I love autumn too, but I think now I'm more summer. I just love summer. It's so wonderful. And of course I loved it when I was little. We all went swimming and to the beach and to the pool, and summer is just a time to renew, restore, reflect, and plan for the next year. Yes. Well, strawberries are beautiful. These are absolutely gorgeous. We've also had cantaloupe. Oh, and I've gotten some wonderful nectarines this week and peaches. The fruit is divine. Are you reading any books? Are you keeping a journal? Are you thinking about painting a picture or hosting a tea party? My friend Patricia hosted the most spectacular tea party I've probably ever witnessed, even though I didn't see it in person. I only saw pictures. She had her husband's office workers in for a tea party, And oh my goodness, did she go all out. It was divine. Linen, gold cutlery, gold chargers, beautiful china. She has a chandelier, and she had all of the different cakes and sandwiches. What a beautiful gift to give a group of people that work so hard. I mean, that's a one-time. Those people will never forget that, because that's a rare, rare tea party. So maybe we should all think about giving a tea party. I'm pondering it. I've been kind of enjoying relaxing, being a little off the clock, but we also need to do our part to bring beauty and love to the world, right? So let's think about that. And to use old vases like this that you may have in your cupboard, or maybe you had from your grandmother or your mother. Maybe you've never used it. You didn't want to toss it. Use it. Just a few flowers will bring it back to its original gorgeous beauty. Well, we're going to just keep this tea talk short today. But you know, pink is such a fun color. And there is a lady on YouTube that my friend told me about. I looked her up, Holly Holden, and she loves pink. She has the most beautiful website, and she does little talks. She does interior design, lives in Florida and East Coast. And she's worth looking up because she loves the pink too. And I thought, this is a real kindred heart lady, because there is something about pink. It is so feminine. It is so warming. It's the mixture of red and white. That's what pink is. And then if you want to change the pink to maybe a deeper pink, you add a little blue and it gets purpley pink. And then if you want it to be a brighter pink, you add a little yellow or orange and it gets, the really psychedelic pink, the bright, bright pink. So many pinks. And I realized that even in my garden, all my hydrangeas, there's different levels of pink all over. And here's my geranium, that's here, it's another pink. And then you have these baby pink flowers, and then you deep pink. And then I was looking at my scarves, and this pink really matches this hat. I would call this hot pink, maybe summertime hot pink. That's what I would call it. I love it. Well, I just encourage all of you, if you want to do a tea party, don't be afraid. Use what you have. And I found some napkins. I want to show you this. Isn't this the most beautiful little napkin? You could center a tea party around beautiful napkins like this. And they're available. They're not expensive. They are so sweet. And I thought, the napkin, plates, and if you don't have extremely gorgeous china, don't worry about it. Use your best. Put the napkin in the center of the plate to give it some color. The fork, the knife, and the spoon. And if you have any goblets, goblets make the table sparkle. Clear, pink, blue, anything. And if you have chargers, chargers are, this is what I would say a charger is for people who don't know. It goes, see the gold? It goes around the plate. So it sets the plate off and gives it a more royal, distinguished look. And then good tea, a couple of pots. I like to have an herbal tea for some who don't want the caffeine, and a good strong brisk British tea, and scones. If you don't want to bake them, buy them. Little sandwiches, not hard to make. Find a little cake and cut it in little petite 4 squares and put it on the top. You've got a tea party. And people will never forget it because they love to sit and talk and relax and converse and relate over a cup of tea. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, push the notification bell, and the music I'm playing today, if you hear it soft in the background, are the Strauss waltzes from Vienna. Romantic indeed. And please also make a comment if you like. I appreciate them. And if you liked it, a like is always good. It's very kind of you to do that. Thank you so much. And I just pray that all of you have a good week. And if anything is in your way, maybe you've had something hard happen this week, or you've heard a little bad news, or you've had something hit you that just made you feel bad and something you couldn't really make right. Give it to God. Give it to God, and then say, Lord, take this. Please work out this problem for me. Amen. And then let it go. And then if you have any creative ideas that come after you pray that, we'll do them. But otherwise, let it go and go to the next beautiful thing that God wants you to participate in. Do not allow any circumstance, any person, any situation to take your joy. No, because remember, there's a verse that says, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Stay strong, stay happy, stay kind and loving, no matter what anyone says or anyone does. Don't let anyone bring you down. Be like the eagle. Spread your wings, fly above, and soar, and let everything work itself out. It will. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous week, and I will look forward to seeing you on the tea table next time. God bless.